having a great week so far, and we are excited to chat with you today about
adaptability.
Yeah. This is something that's hitting close to, April says it's hitting close to her, it's hitting close to me too. Being adaptable and rolling with things as they change.
Mm-hmm.
I personally am a very process and routine-driven person. So when that changes, I have to take a minute to wrap my head around stuff.
Yeah, I have to take more than a minute.
Yeah.
Like, I have to take a full 24 hours.
I want to wrap my head around it. I want to understand the change and the reason for the change. And I don't like changing things just for the sake of changing things. I do like change, but not just for the sake of change. No.
As a side note, this has nothing to do with being adaptable. You said roll with the punches earlier. I used to work with someone a long time ago who was infamous for saying common sayings wrong. And she frequently, instead of saying roll with the punches, would say punch with the rolls.
Yeah, punch with the rolls, man.
Punch with the rolls, people. So, but we instituted a new meeting, a new company-wide meeting plan format this week. And it involves a lot of new forms for management. It involves some new forms for all of the employees. And it involves keeping track of things in a different way. Being able to be adaptable to whatever the environment, the change may be, is hugely important, both in your personal life and in your work life. Just being able to be like, okay, this was my thought process finally this morning. I'm like, okay, I'm still not following everything, but that's okay. I'll just keep flipping pages until I find where I need to be. And then Lacey takes a hot minute, I take a hot day.
I take more than a minute, let's be real. I said minute, but it's more.
So, but I'll go through it all later. It's possible that I may reprint some stuff and rewrite it because I'm slightly fanatical about that. But I'll get my head around it and then I'll be good to go from that point forward. What you don't want to do is be, I don't know what the right way to describe it would be, belligerently resistant. I don't know if that's the correct terminology or not. It might just be a phrase I just made up, but
I like it.
It doesn't do anybody any good at all.
For me, when change comes that I wasn't involved in, usually if I'm involved in change, I can usually wrap my head around it pretty well. But if change comes that I'm not involved in, I usually need to take a step back. Okay, does this change make a difference? Does it really make a difference on how I do what I'm doing? Is there a good reason behind this change? If it does kind of really make a difference, and what will this mean going forward? And those are the kind of things that I have to stop and think about. One really silly example was today during the meeting, Shannon started saying something that was going to be later in the meeting, and I was like, well, it doesn't matter. What she's saying right now doesn't matter if it happens now or later in the meeting. So then I had to stop myself.
Let's rephrase. Shannon, everything that you say matters.
Everything that you say matters. It just didn't matter when it happened in the
right.
meeting. So I had to stop myself. I'm like, what? Why does it? What? Don't stop her. It's fine. If it happens now or it happens at the end of the meeting, it doesn't matter. And so just things like that. I don't always. I'm like, well, that's not how we had it. Sometimes it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Sometimes it just plain old doesn't matter. You can do change. You can adapt. We can adapt. It's not easy. It's not easy. Most people have a very hard time. Even the people that are like, I'm adaptable. You probably are. That's good. But
you probably are.
But you're probably not as adaptable as you think you are.
Right.
You still take a little bit of time to wrap your head around the changes that are happening.
Right.
We hope that helps you roll with the punches a little bit more this week and helps you understand you're not alone. Yes. Everybody has a little bit of a hard time rolling.
That's right.
Things.
So take your hot minute, take your hot day, take your hot 48 hours, whatever the case may be. But just keep in the forefront of your mind that adaptability when it comes to procedures, processes, etc., assuming that they make sense and all of those things, being adaptable is a good thing. If you have questions about what's happening, ask them, because the people who created the systems probably had
Not always.
that's a caveat,
Yeah.
probably.
Probably.
I would say that's something that we try to be very good about here,
Yes.
is being very intentional with any changes, because
Change is hard for people. We don't
Yeah.
want to just change to change. So
Right.
that people are like, what?
and I've been in those environments before.
Yeah.
So, but just know that there is typically a very good reason and rationale for why things have changed.
So, fighting the change, not always good. Asking questions, probably not bad. And just helping, whatever you need kind of to help yourself understand what's going on, and rolling with those punches and punching with those rolls.
Punching with the rolls.
All right. Have a great week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.